Welcome everyone back to the Speaking Nerd podcast. I was almost tempted to say intensive treatment. Son of a bitch. That's how long that we haven't been doing this podcast for,
It's
or how little
overtaken.
volume.
It's overtaken your life.
I know. And recording episodes like crazy, and also we have those live streams going on, which are it's a lot of fun. But anyway,
It is.
yes, the Speaking Nerd podcast is here, and it's just me and
Um,
AJ today. I can't
this
remember the last time you and me recorded an episode
this is
specifically,
like
like
an
just the
OG
two of us.
episode.
It is, yeah. We're going back to
This
the early roots of when
is return to form.
true return to form. Um, but we got a pretty well. It's Comic Con. Comic Con passed last weekend. I think was when it was a thing. I'm pretty
Weekend
sure.
slash week, because I think some of the announcements were during the week.
Yeah, because I think there were announcements on like Thursday, Friday, something like maybe Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. Anyway,
It's
Comic Con season is over, and just like every other year or most years, we're gonna talk about it. All the big announcements to come out, and there are some pretty
like
hefty ones in here.
talk about what we're excited about, what we're not excited about, what we're mad about,
Hmm.
so on, so forth.
Yeah. So, the this is gonna be a fun one, and me and AJ always like talking about Comic Con. The others, I don't know how they feel about it, but
Yeah,
fuck them.
Josh will just say, I don't think I have anything worth to say
That's true.
on
Yeah,
on the subject, and then Alter will be like, when are we talking about Beware the Batman?
he was like, "Why don't we talk about something else?" I'm like, "Well, this is a Comic Con episode. What do you want us to talk about?"
And then he's just gonna say, when's porn parody?
Yeah, when's when's Porn Parody Part Two? Only if we get Axel Braun to agree.
But
That's the only stipulation.
non
And even he
non-negotiable.
was just like, "We got to get Axel Braun on that podcast." I'm like, "Well, if you want to
It's
email
gonna
him, yeah, go ahead."
it's gonna be like episode 500.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long while, even if he agrees to it. So, uh,
We gotta up the cloud. We
yeah,
gotta we gotta ramp those numbers up. So
yeah.
we're imposing.
We'll just all repeatedly send him the first porn parodies episode and be like, "Can you be on the podcast?"
Just sending it to him until it happens every
Just
day.
tagging him on everything, Instagram, Twitter, or
Yeah, just
X. What?
just make just make a whole Instagram account for tagging him.
So we're just reading off an IGN article. This was the only one I could find that has a list of like more than one announcement. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why, but they're slacking this year.
yeah, yeah. Every other news outlet is like, "Let's talk about this one thing," and
I I
IGN.
guess that I guess that gets you views by just focusing on one thing
I
instead of
guess, but
being a comprehensive list.
I know it makes our job harder though because I'm trying to
Yeah.
find information on stuff that's come out, and it's just like, oh, just this announcement. Which do you want to get that out of the way now, or do you want to save that till later?
What do you think? I have thoughts. I'll tell you that.
Let's just get it out of the way now. I'm sure that's probably what most people want us like to hear from us specifically. So let's just get right into it. So, Kang Dynasty is dead. They killed that
Yeah,
shit.
it's yeah. I mean, obviously because of it became too obvious that Jonathan Majors was a criminal. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah. So honestly, I wasn't sure if they were actually going to do anything about it. Because it's Hollywood. Ezra Miller got to do the Flash movie after all.
I wish if anything though, they just would have recast. Like if they just got another actor
Yeah,
instead of just
like
pulling the
it's
plug.
it's really easy to recast Kang because they already established that there's like a billion Kangs.
Hmm.
That was the easiest recast ever. But they just like threw in the towel so quickly. Like it's not that hard to just get another actor, especially
Yeah.
when you established that you could.
Hmm.
And it's not like we've established that variants have to be the same face, because what did Loki establish? That there can be variants who look different, and I mean, there can be variants that are like a different gender. There can be variants that are old, uh, a lizard, so on.
And this is
It's,
literally in the multiverse saga. This is what we're going with for like the next decade is
it's just
multiverse stuff for the
disappointing.
MCU. Yeah.
It's just disappointing because Kang is such an interesting character, but also the character that we're going all in on um is not likely to be any kind of fulfilling adaptation. Um,
It's just
that's
to me it's just way too soon. Like they're just really like
it's.
I know they're trying to get to
Do you want to
Secret
know?
Wars.
Do you want to know what my take is?
What's that?
They're desperate. They're floundering.
Oh
They're
yeah,
fumbling.
of course. Yeah.
Like, what do you do when like nobody wants to watch your movies anymore and you're losing money? You get the cash cow, and no one is more of the cash cow for the MCU than Robert Downey Jr.
So yeah,
Which
Robert Downey
which means
Jr. is coming
which
back, not as Iron Man, as Doctor
as
Doom.
Doctor Doom.
And they're
And
renaming the Kang Dynasty to Avengers Doomsday, which will be directed by the returning Russo brothers, who are also doing this and Secret Wars. So the
I have
desperation is just right, right
it's just
off the
like,
gate.
if this is what we're doing, I'm just gonna say this: the MCU is over. This was a nice experiment, but um, when we're at this point of like, you know, self-eating, if you know what I mean,
Yeah,
it's just like we're just consuming more MCU, and then like they're just taking from what they've already made and making and just remixing it. That's it.
yeah,
Like we've officially taken original ideas and thrown them at the window.
hmm
We're bringing back the Russo brothers, we're bringing back RDJ, and two we're wasting two of the most interesting villains in the Marvel universe by throwing out Kang. They're probably just going to kill him off, or they just won't mention him ever again, because Ant-Man technically leaves an open for that.
yeah,
But we're also wasting, in my opinion, the most interesting villain in Marvel Comics, Doctor Doom,
yeah,
on an RDJ, fan camp. Like, what is that?
yeah. Here's what I think they should have done. I think they should have went with Kang Dynasty. Obviously, recast Jonathan Majors with another
Because,
actor.
like, literally, Ant-Man gave you an out
Yeah,
because that Kang is dead. So you just have a different actor show up, and he's Kang, and
yeah,
he's the Kang we're going to show.
yeah.
Like, that is the easiest solution in the world.
So yeah, I think they should have continued on with King Dynasty,
Yeah,
still
and now,
reaffirm the fact that they're doing this in Secret Wars, and then right in between those movies, Avengers Doomsday.
like,
Just pop it
this
right
is
in between.
so basically, this is like if in phase one, uh, uh, if in phase three or whatever,
Yeah.
uh, Josh Brolin did something bad,
Mhm.
uh, criminal, blah blah blah.
Right.
And then they were like, okay, so he's gone. All of these movies that we just like did to like set up this whole saga, didn't mean anything. Didn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
It doesn't
So
matter
now
anymore.
we're gonna bring in Galactus, uh, played by Chris Evans. There you go. There you go. Aren't you happy about that?
Yeah.
guys love Galactus? You guys love Captain America? There you go.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that just grinds my gears.
yeah. So with that out of the way, how do you feel about Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom?
There's a multitude of reasons why it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
One, I was excited that Robert Downey Jr. was doing regular movies
Hmm.
again. Like he was actually like, I think Robert Downey Jr. was great as Iron Man.
Yeah.
I've been pretty vocal about the fact that he was like one of, if not my favorite character in the MCU. Iron Man 3 is one of my favorite superhero movies. But we we left him on the best possible ending. And I liked the idea that he wouldn't come back
Hmm.
in any way, shape, or form. Plus, there's a billion reasons why he shouldn't be Doctor Doom.
Right.
Um, like, for one, um, you don't just build up a villain by, you know, basing all of its hype on the fact that we've seen this actor before playing a different character.
Right. Yeah.
And if I hear another person say, "Oh, it happened in the comics. It was infamous Iron Man, or it was this What If comic." Okay, one, infamous Iron Man is about uh, Tony Stark is in a coma, and Victor Von Doom puts on the Iron Man suit. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's about Doctor Doom. It's and that story only works because of the previous history of Doctor Doom and the previous history of Iron Man as separate characters. And then
Hmm.
the What If comic is just a What If comic. It's just that's nothing to base your uh one of your main villains on. Also, you know, based on this fact, we're probably not even going to get an origin story for Doctor Doom, which I think is necessary considering the fact that the two Fantastic Four attempts at a franchise completely fumbled. So most people probably don't know who the heck they are. They especially don't know who Doctor Doom is
No.
because both the attempts were bad.
Yeah.
It's just like, how do you fumble the bag so hard?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
I don't know. They somehow did it. Well, okay. So my thoughts on this,
It's just
because
like
I know I've said
Doctor
this before,
Doom
because
better.
oh, go ahead.
I was just saying Doctor Doom deserves better. He's been fumbled twice now.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
It was today.
That was today.
That was
Today.
today.
Recasting Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom with Tobey Maguire. So here's where I stand on this, because somebody asked us in a live stream on intensive treatment what we thought about this. Um, obviously, they're so desperate, like it's just so blatant. But honestly, I kind of want to see where this goes. I'm actually really interested what they do with this. I know, like it's just like Robert Downey Jr. Like you're right, he had a great finale as Iron Man, but he's an amazing actor, so I know that in the role, no matter how shitty the script is, he's gonna kill it. He's gonna perform his ass off as Doctor Doom. Now, Swifty thinks that this movie is gonna make $1 billion. I don't think so.
I
There's
don't
no
think so.
possible way. There's no
I
way.
I just the MCU is on target for a downward spiral.
I mean, it
That's
already
all.
has been, to be like,
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
like
Like this is like the final nail. This is like when I saw it, I was like, wow, the MCU really has jumped the shark. That's it. That's it. We're done. Uh, you know, cut the TV. We're
yeah.
done.
You shut it down, we're all done. I don't know.
Shut
Like for
up.
me, it's bad. It's bad, but like there's some ideas that could be interesting about
It's
it.
also I
But
part of it for me is, and I love Robert Downey Jr., but
yeah,
um that guy is someone who talks with his face, like acts with his face. If you take that away, um I'm not sure if Doctor Doom is the right villain role for him,
no.
for his specific talents, because Doctor Doom. I mean, honestly, I think Doctor Doom should just be played by a voice actor. Because the whole character of Doctor Doom is about, you know, like all you need is a great voice,
Hmm.
because he's gonna be hidden under that mask the whole time, and he needs to have this like gravitas. He needs to be able to, speechify and have this presence, um, and be this like kind of master planner, but also be kind of empathetic in the way that he cares for his people a lot.
Yeah,
Um, and I don't see Robert Downey Jr. in that role. And honestly, I don't think it should be a uh, known actor, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, I think Doctor Doom needs like a theater actor.
yeah,
Like, I think that would be the best thing for the character, because you need that presence. You need that presence more than again, I love Robert Downey Jr., but he is a guy who acts with his face, with his hands. Um, you know, th- there are some people who do that, and there are some people who can kind of just go beyond that.
yeah,
And it's not like a acting flaw. It's just everybody has their own kind of type, and that's his type.
hmm,
And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't think he fits his character.
no. Robert Downey Jr. specifically, no.
Beyond the fact that it's just kind of absurd that they're doing this at all.
Yeah, yeah. This is in all honesty, this is just a marketing stunt, and we all know this.
It
But
is. This is all to get butts and seats, and honestly, it'll probably work. Um,
yeah,
it won't work for long, but it'll work for a minute.
yeah, for sure. I
It's a
don't know.
desperate ploy. It's a
I don't know.
desperate ploy.
Yeah, it is. It's just I don't know. Like I keep going back and forth on this because there's I don't know. I can see the potential there in
I think I'm just.
storytelling,
I
but
I hate to say this, because I think I've been one of the more kind of understanding of the MCU's flaws,
mhm.
but I think I'm just getting over it.
Not this time.
I think I'm just over it.
Had enough of your shit, Kevin Feige.
Mhm. I'm just done. I'm done. You've
Uh,
gone too far. You've
yeah,
messed with Victor.
yeah, yeah. You did. Yeah, you've you done fucked it up. It's super bad.
You fumbled.
So yeah, that was the biggest piece of news to come out of Comic Con, like bar none. Every outlet
Yeah,
was talking about
the
it.
the
And
other the other MCU stuff is kind of just footnotes. Um,
yeah, like uh, the Captain America, they showed off some footage for Captain America, and it was just like they showed Red Hulk, and also brought to mention that those Celestials that we saw at the end of Eternals, the one that turned solid or in
Unreal.
the earth or
Uh,
whatever, is
uh,
that the origin of that universe is adamantium, which I find just stupid.
it
But
doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
no,
So does that mean Galactus is made out of the same thing that Wolverine's made out of?
I don't know.
I mean, like, is because, like, if that's true, then why can't Wolverine just kill Galactus?
I guess he should be able
It's the
to.
same material.
I
It's the
guess.
same material. So, just like diamond can break diamond,
Yeah.
adamantium can break adamantium.
Yeah.
So, if they ever have Galactus and Wolverine in the same movie, that should end in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Honestly, the piece of news from Marvel Studios that I'm most excited about is the Fantastic Four stuff.
Mm. It's a nice title,
Yeah. So it's
and I
just
like
so the
I like
yeah,
the interviews with Pedro Pascal and the girl that's playing Sue.
Vanessa Kirby. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do a really good job, and hopefully Robert Downey Jr. Doom is not in there.
Yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. That's my question as far as, this
It's
whole
just like
thing.
so. Like who's gonna be the villain in Fantastic Four if you guys just decided Doctor Doom is Robert Downey Jr. Like I'm not saying that they like just decided, but it wouldn't be in the same time frame.
I want it to be Mole Man.
Oh, it better be Mole Man.
Yeah.
Or we can have it be. Imagine if it was the Hate Monger.
The Hate Monger.
Did you
Or
remember Hate Monger?
yes. Yeah, I
That
remember the
that
Hate Monger.
comic is so wild. Like, do you remember the reveal at the end?
Mhm. Or Puppet
That
Master.
was
I would dig Puppet Master, or just all of them. Just put all of them in the fucking movie. Who cares?
just like, can we just make Fantastic Four First Steps The Incredibles? Just do that.
That is
Get
already the best
get
Fantastic Four movie, so
get Brad Bird, get Michael Giacchino to do the soundtrack. He's already working on Marvel movies. But seriously, they really should have gotten Brad Bird. I still think it's gonna be good because like,
yeah.
I love the aesthetic they're going for. And I think it's a solid cast. I'm glad it's in the 60s.
Yeah.
And maybe
Yeah.
since it's in the 60s, it'll feel more separate from the rest of the MCU.
Well,
And
it is in its own universe, so it does like, it
which
has
is
nothing to
good.
do with, the main continuity,
That
so
way it has no baggage.
yeah.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. It's its own separate thing. We could just put it in its own pile. If it's really
Yes.
good and the MCU just continues to decline, we can just put it in its own little space
Yes.
and
Can
leave
can
it
we
be.
just have like can we have like a lot of that?
Yeah. That's what I
Just
want
like
more of.
just independent movies that aren't touched by the ever growing self-eating monster of the MCU.
Mhm. Did you see the leaked footage at all for Fantastic Four?
I saw a little bit, but like
Okay.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think, just from that footage alone, I think this should be one of the better MCU movies as of recently. So,
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the last MCU movie I watched was.
yeah,
I think
because you
uh,
haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet.
no, I've not.
Okay. Yeah. By the way,
The
audience,
last
go watch our spoiler video if you haven't already.
I didn't watch the Speaking Nerd video, but I liked it for you
Mm,
guys,
yeah,
for us.
thank you.
um, I think the last one I watched was Ant Man, which I watched at a drive-in. But like I haven't watched any after that.
Yeah,
I don't know what was after that.
I think that was the Marvels.
I think that yeah, that was there. Was there anything else?
I don't besides the shows, I don't think so.
It's hard to keep track at this point.
Yeah.
I remember starting Loki season 2, but I never finished it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Like, I think I watched, like, the first 2 episodes, and then I kinda just fell off,
Yeah.
which just describes the MCU in general, but, you know.
So last thing from the Marvel panel was Thunderbolts. Who gives a shit? Anyway, let's move on to other things because
The Boys.
the boys, yeah.
Let's
I was
talk
gonna
about
say
The
Lord of
Boys.
the Rings, but I don't think any of us have watched Rings of
I
Power, and I don't give a
Yeah, I
shit.
haven't watched it. It looks pretty good. I just haven't had the time to watch it.
I don't know. Have people said it's good? I don't know if people have said it's good or not.
Quality looks good. I heard some people said it was good, some people didn't like it, you know?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to care about anything Lord of the Rings after the movie trilogy, as far as just
Yeah.
media. So, so anyway, let's talk about the boys for a minute. Um,
So that spinoff is wild.
so we're getting uh, a spin-off show called Vought Rising, which is starring Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash, which is set in the 1950s, exploring the early exploits of Soldier Boy as a soup. And so it's yeah, it's just a prequel series. That's just
The only thing I'm a little confused about is, so Soldier Boy was, like, overseas for, like, a long time, and, Stormfront slash whatever her other name was,
Liberty.
uh, Liberty, was in, like, the suburbs or whatever.
Mhm.
So how are they gonna connect that?
Anyway, let's move on to DC. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Honestly,
It's
though,
just like,
like I told Swifty because he's really excited about it, mostly for Jensen Ackles. I'm like, maybe I'll watch it, but
hey,
I don't really
maybe
care
may
about the spin-offs for the boys universe. Like I
maybe 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 we'll get some more memes.
maybe we've
Can
gotten a
can we
lot of
have
it with Soldier Boy.
can we have can we get more Jensen Ackles, like, dancing and singing?
Yeah,
But I do find it funny that we're getting Racist the TV show.
pretty racist superheroes coming to
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I think for me, because I don't really care about the spin-offs. Like I started watching Gen V just recently, or mainly just the first episode, and I haven't gone back to watch the rest
It
of it yet.
feels like The Boys feels like a show that shouldn't have spinoffs.
Yeah,
It feels counterintuitive to their message.
right.
Like, because they're satirizing and, like, kinda making fun of, superhero media, but then they're making 2 spinoffs?
Yeah,
It's just like,
there's Gen
you're
V,
doing
and then there's also The Boys Mexico.
it's like you guys are doing the thing that you're making fun of,
Yeah,
which I think is a little weird.
yeah. So I think for me, I'm just watching the next like I'm watching the final season, and then just like and then nothing
Yeah,
else
so
after that.
I am planning on doing some videos about The Boys, so,
Good.
uh,
Are you gonna
we'll
have me
see.
in there?
Maybe, maybe.
Mm.
I got, like, 2 video ideas so far.
Nice.
Um, I need to keep watching, I haven't watched it in a minute.
How far along are you in The Boys? Just out of curiosity.
Not I haven't made any progress since I told you last.
So, okay, so you're still in the middle of season 3,
Yeah.
which was a lot more than I thought you'd get through, but,
Oh, yeah,
um,
I did that in, like, 2 days. You underestimate my binging power.
more binging power than I have because I can't
Well,
binge
I
shit.
well, yeah, when Batman Cape Crusader came out, it was, like, 3 in the morning, and I just watched the whole thing, uh, until, like, 9 in the morning,
Batman
and
Cape
then
Crusader is the most
so
recent, like, as far as binging stuff, that's like let's okay, for the people at home, we're recording this the day after Cape Crusaders come out.
Yeah,
They've seen the show already, and I just finished it this afternoon. So
it's so good.
it's
It's so
great.
good. It's it feels so long since we've had something like this.
Yeah. I think, yeah,
Um,
we'll share more about it in a dedicated
yeah,
video, but yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm actually planning on doing a video on my own channel for it too.
Mhm. Me too.
It, like,
Yeah, I
it's
should probably
that
do
good.
something.
It's
Yeah,
that good.
it is.
Like,
It's great.
um, yeah.
So next up is DC, which we've got some stuff to talk about. First up is Creature Commandos. Had a teaser trailer. Um,
I think it looks pretty good.
it's, it looks good, but I don't know. Like the trailer wasn't feeling me at
I'm
all.
I'm not hooked yet.
Yeah,
I'm obviously gonna watch it because it's DC, but
yeah.
I'm not hooked yet.
I'm just waiting for the reactions to come out, and by reactions I mean you guys. So, so, but yeah, it'll probably be good.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to come from DC though was their DC Studios
A
logo.
logo reveal. Like you you have no idea how ecstatic I was when I saw that. I was like I was about to jump for joy
Hmm.
because that is my all-time favorite DC logo. Plus they had the Superman breaking the chains
Hmm.
on the other
They had a
side
little
of it.
they had a little
So
teaser of
cool.
what the opening to every. I'm guessing this is what the opening to every DC Studios project is going to be.
Yeah,
And it's a good one.
yeah, people have been like debating about that whether that's just a specific one for Superman, like if it's going to change with each movie or if it's for all movies. If it's for
I think,
all movies, I'm game.
yeah, me too.
I think it's the perfect indication of like the DC universe.
Hmm.
I mean, Superman is the guy.
He is. He's the one that started the whole damn thing. So
Mhm.
pay that man some respect, my guy.
Yes. Finally
Um,
someone is.
yeah,
Multiple
it's true.
someones. I mean, we're
Mhm.
in a Superman renaissance right now.
It's true.
We got
Yeah.
My Adventures, Superman and Lois is ending soon, but that's been really good.
Hmm.
Um, and now we're getting Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
That's 3 Superman projects.
The Superman resurgence is
Yes.
here.
Now give us a video game.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Give us a video game. Come on.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Speaking of video games, Mortal Kombat. Just complete segue.
That
Um,
stuff that's crazy. It's
yeah.
crazy. I'm hyped though.
Yeah. So we're getting a story campaign called Chaos Reigns, and also the next combat pack, which has the female Sector and Cyrax, uh,
Honestly, it should have just been called like the horror pack or whatever.
pretty much.
Because
Noob, and then the guest characters Ghostface, the T1000, and Conan.
it's so wild. Why
I think
still don't get why Conan's in there.
I wonder
It's
if
just
he's
like
actually going to be played by Arnold this time. Probably
you
not,
better
but
you better be. Have you seen that first Conan movie?
yes, I
It's
have.
it's genuinely like bonkers.
Hmm.
There was a lot more nudity in that movie than I was expecting.
Was it that movie or was it the sequel where he throws that vampire chick into like a fire or something?
No, it was the
After
first
every,
one.
it was okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They have sex and then she reveals that she's a
Yeah.
vampire or something or whatever, and he's just like, "Fuck you, bitch!" Throw you into the flames.
Those movies are crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm looking forward to this. I'm not buying it day 1 though, because it's like $70 for the whole package, so I'm like, "Nope, fuck that."
I
Um,
still think it's pretty crazy that they price a just it's just a pack of characters.
and a story campaign. But even then,
It's just
the
like that.
MK11s I don't think was that expensive.
Well, that's like that's a new game price though,
Pretty much, yeah.
and that's not enough content to justify that,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
No. But at least we have Animalities coming back. Okay, so what should we talk about next? There's some Star Trek stuff if you want to talk about that, or if you're interested.
I'm
Unless,
very excited. Michelle Yeoh has been killing it on Star Trek. There just wasn't. I mean, there's not that much to talk about,
hmm
but I'm always excited for more Star Trek. And all the shows that they've been doing right now have been really good.
hmm yeah, I'm not super into Star Trek, but I'm glad that it's getting like a recession, like a good recession in television, where Star Trek was meant to be. So,
But yeah, and I mean they're killing it. The great thing about like Strange New Worlds uh and the show before it is that they kind of took the production quality and budget of the Abrams movies and then applied it to the style and storytelling of the original series,
hmm
which is the perfect combination. Not to mention that they're like shooting for variety with these other shows. Like Lower Decks is like an animated comedy.
hmm
Um, and I wish it wasn't going on its final season, but life is a pain.
yeah, gotta give some Trekkies out there their attention.
Yeah.
I actually might be more interested in Star Trek than anything Star Wars has been putting out as of recently.
Oh
So,
yeah. Unless it's Star Wars Visions, by the way, go check out my highest viewed video on my channel, Star Wars Visions.
oh man.
Totally unashamed.
Um, yeah. All right, let's talk about Colin Farrell for a minute because he has a brand new series coming out in September. So next
I
month.
think
We're almost
yeah,
here.
it's like 3 days before my birthday. So thank you, Matt Reeves.
That's right. Yeah.
It's all for me.
it's all for you.
Only me. Only
They had
me.
they had you in mind
I'll
when they
just I'll
picked
just
this.
be I'll just binge I'll binge Cape Crusader and the Penguin back to back.
Um so yeah, it's another trailer for the Penguin.
I think it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I mean, I wasn't like on board with it right away. I'm like, okay, Colin Farrell's Penguin, that's pretty cool. And I think this newest one, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch this like
Mhm.
day one. Try to
Yeah,
anyway.
and also the idea that the ending of the Penguin is gonna flow into the Batman 2,
hmm
really, really interesting to me.
Do you think Robert Pattinson's gonna show up in this show at all?
I figure he's gonna show up at the end.
Yeah,
It would be cool if we got a little bit more than that, but that's my best guess.
I want at least a scene with him as Bruce Wayne
Yes.
and something with him as Batman. Whether it's like the final episode, you can like at least the very end, like you can
It
wrap
would
up
be
all the story beats that they're
be
already
cool.
doing and then just have him show up.
It would be cool if they like showed a little bit like throughout the season, and then
Mhm.
the last episode is like a full on Batman versus Penguin adventure.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Like just my opinion, it would be awesome. But
Yeah.
also, when is Penguin getting a nice suit, an umbrella, and a top hat and a bow tie?
And a monocle. Don't forget the monocle.
Yes, and a monocle and a cigar. Wow, 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 wow. He needs to say that in the last episode.
Mhm.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, just some mention to that at least.
That should be like the last scene of the show.
It's him chopping
That,
down on
that
a cigar.
that's his becoming Joker moment.
Mhm.
Also, we gotta have Colin Farrell dancing on rainy stair steps
Yeah.
to some kind of pop song.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
Also, I know you're hovering over it, but I don't care about Watchmen.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna mention it. It's just like, well, it's just really nothing really. I'm not even interested in this. Like it's
It's just the idea of a Watchmen adaptation at this point completely bores me. Especially the fact that every time they adapt Watchmen, they omit the most interesting part of the comic, which
mhm,
is the pirate comic that flows through the whole story and is the most important part of the story. And for some reason, they leave it out every time. And I'll never stop being mad.
mhm.
Also, the animation
Maybe it'll have it this time. Who knows? But
also the animation style for that movie looks so unbelievably mid. I'm sorry.
it doesn't look
It
good.
looks like What If,
I was just gonna
and I
say that. It's like for months when we
and
saw the
I
first
hate What
trailer, and
If.
I'm like, what does this remind me of? I'm like, oh, it's just What If
I
for
hate What
DC.
If. I hate What If. It's so ugly. It's so bland. It's it's the worst art style. It's just the
Mhm.
worst.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to see what other things we could talk about. Monty Python and the Holy Grail coming to
Bro
Magic.
was
Who
like,
gives a shit?
bro was like, do either of us play Magic the Gathering?
I don't. My brother does, and I just don't get it. So
Monty Python is cool. I'll say that.
Monty Python is cool. I already make enough references to it in my own videos, so it's really good.
Yeah.
All right, Lego Star Wars, Yakuza live action. Who gives a shit? Doctor Who spin-off.
Yeah. The spinoff is interesting. I don't know if you've ever watched Doctor Who at all, but I
Pieces
don't think.
of it.
Um,
Pieces of it. Like mostly when my friend
play
used to come over, we'd watch it together. But I'd just be so out of it, and I wouldn't know what the hell.
basically, it's a unit spinoff, and unit is the unified intelligence task force, which
Okay,
they fight against like alien threats kind of
right.
thing.
Okay.
Um, and it's involving some characters from like the past of the show. They also used an actor. They used an actor who was pretty prominent years back as a different character. It's a whole thing,
hmm hmm
but they're bringing back a fan favorite, Martha Jones. I think she's coming back, or maybe I'm just imagining things.
That's pretty. Let's see.
I could be
Doesn't
wrong. I might
it
be
doesn't
imagining.
it doesn't say Martha Jones here.
Okay, so then we're losing. Okay, I know her sister's in the cast. I'll say that.
Mm. And then we got some Hasbro stuff, Transformers, GI Joe, Star
Formers
Wars, Marvel. You know,
and Kang, the guy that the MCU doesn't care about.
yeah, they have a picture of this Kang figure coming out.
Yeah, in his special chair.
You can't have Kang without his chair.
We almost got another blue guy in a chair. Get it? Because Thanos looked blue in this first appearance.
Yeah, he did. Fucking hell. Um, Something about Chris Hemsworth voicing young Optimus Prime. There was another trailer that came out recently for that Transformers movie.
I
Kind of.
saw I saw, I saw an interview with Chris Hemsworth that I really liked, where he was kind of just giving full respect to Peter Cullen,
hmm
which I think is awesome.
I think this
But
might be it.
also,
Yeah.
but also, I'm never watching that movie. I'm sorry.
You're not excited for it?
It looks like if the MCU made a Transformers movie. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I might check it out anyway, just for the sake of checking it out. But
I like the actor they chose for some of the characters. I don't think Chris Hemsworth has any business playing Optimus Prime, but that's
No,
my he
no.
just doesn't have he doesn't I'm actually working on a video about this, about the whole thing of like celebrity voice casting and how it
Mm,
needs to stop. But
Um,
uh,
hmm,
maybe
um,
just cast voice actors
yeah,
and voice roles.
like Peter
Cra-
Cullen.
Crazy idea. Crazy idea.
I might be meeting Peter Cullen here next month, but we'll see what
That
happens
would
with
be
that.
insane.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted a younger Optimus Prime, grab Yuri Lowenthal. And just let him do it.
Or
I
um
I
or
feel
bring
like
back who was that guy in Transformers animated? Forget the guy's name, but
is he still doing stuff?
maybe.
I hope so.
Hmm.
He was great.
Yeah. Yakuza, don't give a shit. Netflix BioShock, probably gonna suck. Um, some other shit. Marvel Rivals. I actually am looking forward to this one.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My
Reveals of
brother
Jeff the Jeff the
my
Land Shark
my
and Thor.
my brother got the beta code for it, whatever, and I
No,
watched him play it, and it's pretty awesome.
that's good. Gundam, don't care about Gundam. Last of Us. Last of Us is dead to me, especially recently. Mark Hamill voicing the Flying Dutchman in the next SpongeBob. I'm probably not going to go see it, but that's cool anyway. Um, DC Comics brings back the Justice League after Absolute Power. Rooster
Yeah, that's
figure anime reveal.
Absolute Power is like the big special event in DC Comics right now.
Mm,
So I've been reading all that.
is it good?
That's pretty good. I mean, Dan Mora's drawing it, so it looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
Like if nothing else, you have that. Um, and
true.
I think he's doing some interesting stuff. I think Waller's a bit oversimplified, but that's what happens all the time. Anyways.
Right.
Oh, Tales of the TMNT looks great, by the way.
It does.
Uh, a lot of people were worried about there being like an animation downgrade since it's 2D, but it's cool. The cool thing about what I've seen from the show is that the show somehow looks even more comic booky than the movie did, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
It looks reminiscent of like the original comics,
Mhm.
which
Yeah, it doesn't bother me just because for me, TMNT always works best in 2D. And
oh it's
also,
it, yeah,
if
it's
this was
most
a
definitely
3D show, then we'd be waiting like 2, 3 years at a time each
yeah,
season.
it would take way too long.
So
Also, I like the distinction because if you have a 3D show and 3D movies, I think it could get a little tired.
yeah.
So I think it's good to have some like uh style diversity there.
Plus, it would just look cheaper on
Yeah,
TV. So,
because they're not gonna have a crazy budget for that.
did you
So
see
it's
that they're
better.
making a video game related to that universe too?
Oh, it's related to that universe. Someone told me that they were doing a was it like action RPG or something? Yeah.
that's a different game entirely.
uh, How many
Also,
TMNT games are they making?
there's there was that action RPG one that came out
Ronin, the
uh
Ronin one.
last Ronin, which who knows what's going on with that. Um,
I'm excited for it.
I
It's
am.
gonna be awesome.
Hopefully, it's not canceled because I know that studio had like a bunch of layoffs. So
It better not. It better not. But
yeah, I don't
I
want it
need,
to.
I need that to happen.
I'll just send you that trailer later. It's fine. So yeah. What else is there? Simpsons. Don't give a shit. Uh, Horror comics. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the article. Is I know you said there were other things you wanted to talk about
Yeah.
as far as comic
So
stuff.
DC Comics is doing this really cool initiative in October. that I'm really excited about. Basically, they're relaunching the main titles, so it can be an entry point for people. But they're also doing an alternate line of comics called Absolute DC, which
Hmm.
is like their ultimate line, basically.
Mm.
It's a it's an alternate universe that is like, it's these new takes on these classic characters. It's obviously been done before, but I like the idea of the
Oh yeah,
initiative
that's
because
right. I did see this too.
it's called All In, and it's basically about it's getting everybody in on this like cultural moment kind of thing.
Hmm.
And also they got some really good writers for this. I think the art for the Trinity looks really good, but what I'm most excited for is one they're doing a New Gods comic by Ram V, and I know you're not like super involved in comics right now, but Ram
Yeah.
V is the best there is in comics right now. So I am like beyond excited for that, as well as Jeff Lemire
Hmm.
is doing a Flash comic for Absolute DC, and it
That's
looks
cool.
great. And Jeff Lemire's awesome. Um, so I'm like
You're all
unbelievably
in.
excited. I'm all in. I've already been all in, but I'm even more all in.
I'm
Like
interested to see what the reaction will be once these start coming out. And, maybe
hey,
we'll actually have a good DC equivalent
maybe
to the Ultimate Universe after, was
maybe
it
you
like
could.
3 attempts?
Well, also it's being overheaded by Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson,
Hmm.
and obviously Scott Snyder was there for the New 52, so it's basically kind of a redemption moment.
Yeah,
Um, and Joshua Williamson is like the ultimate mastermind.
right. Absolutely.
Um, great Flash run. He's doing great on Superman right now. He's doing Batman and Robin. Also really like a lot of the new teams for the relaunch of the mainline comics because they're bringing in some new people for different runs. Like they're getting Dan Mora on the main Superman, which is going to be awesome. But yeah, they're killing it. They're killing it. DC's so back. It's like they never left.
Mm.
Also,
And then
maybe I could nudge you into buying a couple of the new comics, maybe.
I'll try to. And I don't have the time to really like go to the comic shop and, pick up whatever title.
You can
Um,
always you can always do it digitally. As in
sure.
you can get a mail subscription.
Hmm. Maybe I'll
Just
consider
saying.
that.
Just saying. It's starting in October.
I know. It's just, you know what though? It's just because I love physical media. So, and there's nothing more satisfying than going to your comic shop and picking up
Oh,
whatever's on the
absolutely.
stands.
I maybe you could try to just like restructure your schedule. I don't know if that's possible, but
It's
Tuesdays
erratic.
and
It's
Wednesdays.
erratic. It's kind of hard to do that. So every week is like different. So
Oh, I bet.
yeah. You want to know
Just
what
saying.
Marvel announced? Nothing.
Comics are comics
Or
comics are cool, guys.
yeah, comics
Yeah,
are really cool.
Marvel is not really doing anything like new.
Did you see that they're doing a TVA book? And I was just
I
stupid.
it's it's a thing. It's a thing.
I hate it.
It's definitely a thing. I'm not gonna read it, but
You know,
it'll ex-
it's
it
there for
shall.
the Loki fans who don't read comic books. So,
Yeah, it's there for the MCU fans that don't read comics.
um, was there anything else that we wanted to talk about, or at least that I missed, as far as
It's for the big key stuff.
yeah, yeah, I don't really have anything else on my mind. So,
In conclusion, comics are cool.
yes, comics are cool, and the MCU is in a
Lame.
slump.
Yes. No, not in a slump. A slump assumes that they'll get over the slump at some point. They're in like a downward spiral towards death and doom, and not the cool kind of doom.
I hope you're all really I hope you're all really excited for those cameos.
Yeah, this was this whole Speaking Nerd episode was basically like the MCU sucks. That should be the title.
MCU sucks. DC's cool.
Yes,
That's you know what? I'll put that in the description.
yes.
uh,
Maybe I'll try to make the most outrageous thumbnail.
yeah. But anyway, everyone, that is going to be it for our San Diego Comic Con, our obligatory San Diego Comic Con video. So, well, we're back. We're slowly going back on track with the Speaking Nerd podcast. We just had our Deadpool and Wolverine
Finally,
video, and now we're having our Comic Con discussion. I'm sure we're going to do. We're probably going to do a Cape Crusader video with all of us because I'm sure we have some stuff to say. And so we're getting back on track, and I'm excited.
yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm only one member of the Speaking Nerd podcast, but I'm gonna try to push us to try to keep to some kind of schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Because
before we close off, is there anything you want to plug? Anything upcoming that people
uh
can look forward to?
yes. There should be. I'm not 100% sure if it'll be done by then, but there should be a Deadpool and Wolverine comic book video essay coming out tomorrow. And I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. I got a Doctor Who video that I'm working on. Got the Unicorn Store video that I've been working on for a while. Got a voice acting video. Got a lot of videos on the way. I'm also hoping to do a Cape Crusader video on my channel. Also, also, I'm currently on the road to 300 subscribers. Uh, I'm at 280 right now, so like, let's ramp up those numbers.
Yeah,
We got to get it,
we
and
got to beat
yeah,
Alter somehow.
yes,
um, yeah, awesome stuff. Be sure to watch that Deadpool and Wolverine comic video. You might hear a familiar voice. I'm not gonna say who,
well,
but
maybe,
yeah,
maybe
it's Swifty. I'm just spoiling it. No, I'm kidding. But
it's all the sideburns.
well, if he didn't shave his beard recently, he would have had the Deadpool sideburns, but
It's true.
he just
He
decided
still
not
has,
to.
he still has the sideburns though.
I guess I'm more focused on the porno mustache that he has.
Oh yeah. That's a '70s stash right there. He looks
um,
like Philip Seymour Hoffman from uh, Boogie Nights.
yeah,
Like that straight up. Like just like turn his hair blonde, and he's a dead ringer for Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Boogie Nights. That's a fucking pull.
Yes, it's classic.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
I love that man. I miss him.
yeah. So as for myself,
Yeah,
I've
what do you
got
got going?
I got a Return to Arkham video coming out very shortly, within I think the next
Okay.
few days or
Also,
so.
can we talk about how good your subscriber special was?
Oh my Q&A, yeah.
Yeah, that was killer. Really like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I put so much effort into that.
Oh yeah, it was really well done. I've also been posting shorts on my channel of the Brave and the Bold video we worked on for your channel,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Yeah,
that's actually getting a little bit more uh, attention. So maybe we can try to up the views on that
for
one.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, go watch that Brave and the Bold video if you haven't already. And also stay tuned for the LP channel because I'm starting to make LPs again. So
Oh yeah,
I got
exciting.
Iron Man and Superman Returns here within the next week or so. I think it's starting.
And if
And then
and if you really hate yourself, you can do Superman 64 right after.
I already did a video on Superman 64.
You can always do a revisit.
I know. No, I don't want to. But anyway, have a great night, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. And of course, don't
And
forget
take care of
to
yourselves.
catch you later.